Welcome back to Tesla Shorts Time, daily, episode 494 for May 31st, 2026. I'm Patrick, coming to you from Vancouver. Let's get into what's moving in the Tesla world today. Looking back at 11 episodes from 2026-05-25 to 2026-05-31. The stories that mattered, what we learned, and what to watch next. Tesla filed self-certification for its robotaxi software as SAE Level 4 in Texas. The filing secures commercial driverless authorization under state rules in permitted zones. This step allows paid robotaxi service to begin once vehicles are deployed. Reports also note contracting fleet numbers in Austin, Dallas, and Houston. The move advances the regulatory path for unsupervised operation. It remains the primary gating item for the Cybercab program after the We Robot unveiling. Next, we will watch for the first revenue-generating trip under the new permit. Now shifting from the regulatory green light to the software that will run on those vehicles. FSD version 14.3.3 reduces driver monitoring chimes during routine drives. Owners report fewer interventions when adjusting music or navigation. A 130-mile mixed route test on turnpikes, back roads, and small-town streets required no driver takeover. Scenic drive positioning and Grok travel guide features rolled out for longer trips. The update refines attention monitoring thresholds in the latest branch. This shows incremental gains in handling edge cases that earlier versions flagged. While the supervised system improves, a separate long-distance test is now pushing the same software across borders. The driver who set the U.S. coast-to-coast FSD supervised record has started a similar run across Canada. The journey tests varying provincial roads, signage, and weather conditions. It also checks performance on routes with fewer mapped updates than major U.S. corridors. Success would extend the documented range of supervised long-distance travel. Completion time and any interventions required will be the next data point. As FSD expands geographically, hardware reliability in dirty conditions becomes a practical limit. Tesla filed a patent for a compact lens cleaning system with an integrated wiper blade and fluid reservoir. The design includes automatic debris detection for autopilot and FSD cameras. It avoids large washer nozzles or external hardware that would add weight and complexity. The system triggers cleaning without driver input when buildup is detected. Clear vision remains essential in dirty or wet conditions for the supervised fleet. The next step is whether the patent appears in production vehicles later this year. Camera improvements matter for today's fleet, but production hardware programs are also moving. The $59,990 all-wheel drive Cybertruck variant is approaching customer handovers. The dual motor trim went on sale months ago and keeps the structural battery pack. Deliveries would mark the first expansion beyond the initial tri-motor configuration. Production capacity at Giga Texas continues to set the pace for this program. While Cybertruck ramps, Tesla's Halo vehicle plans are also advancing at the same Texas site. Executives confirmed the second-generation Roadster will be built at Gigafactory, Texas. Planning for the production layout has begun, the first concrete statement on the car in 9 years. No launch date has been set. The decision keeps the Halo vehicle inside Tesla's Texas operations. Observers will watch for any updates on battery or motor specifications tied to the Texas site. Texas is also the site of another delayed high-profile program facing supply issues. The Optimus humanoid robot program has encountered a manufacturing constraint. The snag arrives as Giga Texas prepares dedicated assembly space for the project. Current plans still target initial volume production in 2027. The delay could compress the testing window before wider deployment. Observers will watch for updates on actuator or sensor supply chains in the coming quarters. This is the first public signal of a production bottleneck since dedicated factory construction began. Factory constraints are also surfacing on current vehicles. Tesla issued service bulletins SB26 to 31003 and SB25 to 31005 for front suspension noises on refreshed Model Y vehicles. The documents formalize a repair process for persistent creaking on the Juniper platform, This addresses a known build quality complaint on the updated model. Owners should check service appointment availability once the bulletins are pushed. Rivian confirmed the R2 will open orders, offer demo drives, and begin deliveries on June 9. The vehicle is positioned directly against the Model Y in the mid-size electric SUV segment. Quality notes on today's bestseller lead into broader questions about next year positioning. Tesla highlighted that owners can let FSD Supervised handle scenic road trips so passengers focus on the landscape. The message positions the supervised system as a practical tool for longer leisure drives. It comes as Tesla continues to expand FSD availability in new markets. Grok was positioned as an in-car travel guide for geological features and local history. Owners can say, "Hey Grok," to ask about nearby points of interest while traveling. The feature turns the voice assistant into a real-time companion for exploration. Estonia approved Tesla's full self-driving supervised software following clearances in the Netherlands and Lithuania. The decision adds another European market where owners can activate the supervised system. Regulators reviewed Tesla's safety data package before granting access. One challenge worth discussing is the production bottleneck now facing Optimus, just as dedicated space comes online at Giga Texas. The timeline for scaling still targets 2027 volume, yet the constraint arrives at a critical preparation stage. This compresses the window for testing and refinement before wider deployment begins. Supply chain details on actuators and sensors will determine whether the target holds. Tesla's top engineer confirmed he considers a tri-motor Model 3 regularly, but has chosen not to prioritize it. Development resources remain focused on other programs instead. The current Model 3 performance stays the top trim for now. Production capacity and software priorities have taken precedence over adding another Plaid variant. The underlying engineering question here is how Tesla sequences limited resources across overlapping vehicle and robot programs. Each program shares the same Texas factory footprint and the same structural battery and compute investments. When one area encounters a supply or assembly limit, the others feel the ripple through shared capacity planning. Listeners can track whether actuator or sensor updates surface first for Optimus, or whether Cybertruck volume absorbs the near-term focus. Tomorrow, we will be watching for the first revenue robotaxi trip under the new Texas Level 4 filing, and any early V14.3.3 rollout metrics. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $435.79, down $6.31, 1.4%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.